The shocking story of a 32-year-old American has become clear evidence that evil stepmothers are not only found in fairy tales. The torment he had to endure became known by accident. The fire department received a call. A private house in Whitbury, Connecticut, was on fire. The team that arrived at the scene pulled a man out of the burning building. At first, the firefighters thought it was a teenager. But later it turned out that they were looking at a severely emaciated 32-year-old man. His weight was only 30 kilograms. He confessed to the police that he had deliberately set the house on fire in the hope of freeing himself from an unbearable life. According to the unfortunate man, his 56-year-old stepmother, Kimberly Sullivan, had been abusing him for 20 years. She deprived her stepson of water and food. At best, he got 1 or 2 sandwiches a day. Because of this, he sometimes had to look for food in garbage cans and even drink water from the toilet to survive. And then she even forced the already grown-up young man to sit for hours in a storage room measuring 2.7 by 2 meters. Investigators who interrogated the man were shocked by his story. This man has been in a state of hunger for most of his life. Without exaggeration, he looks like someone who survived the Auschwitz death camp, the prosecutor's office said. The most terrible thing is that all the abuse took place in front of the man's biological father and 2 half-sisters. But the stepmother kept the whole family in fear. Telling outsiders about the suffering of her stepson was strictly forbidden. The father died last year, after which the torment only worsened. Now the stepson spent 22 hours a day in the storage room. The stepmother constantly threatened him and practically did not let him out of the house. The man cut his own hair and never visited a dentist, which is why his teeth rotted and almost all fell out. The tiny storage room had a small window, and the prisoner spent all his days counting the cars passing by. Sometimes he listened to the radio. There was no toilet in his cell, so he made a kind of drain pipe out of a bottle, newspapers, and tubes, which carried waste out the window to the street. Whitbury Police Chief Fernando Spagnolo said that this family first came to the attention of investigators in 2005. At that time, the boy was still attending school. The teachers suspected something was wrong and complained to the Department of Children and Families. Former elementary school principal Tom Panone recalls that something was wrong with the boy. He and his colleagues were frightened by the child's thinness. He constantly stole food from classmates and sometimes rummaged in search of food in garbage cans. Social workers visited the troubled home twice, but did nothing. However, the attention of the guardianship authorities enraged Sullivan, after which she decided to take her stepson out of school. He was only 11 years old at the time. After the story of the 32-year-old martyr became known throughout Connecticut, the Department of Children and Families expressed sympathy for him and noted his incredible fortitude and patience. We carefully studied the archival data and could not find any records where this family appeared, the department reported. They also added that all reports that are not confirmed are considered unfounded and are destroyed after 5 years. Apparently, this is what was done with the complaint of school teachers. Now Kimberly Sullivan is under arrest. She is charged with illegal restriction of a person's freedom, as well as cruelty to people. The woman insists on her innocence. The court released her on bail in the amount of $300,000.